Okay, here's a Salute Your Sports. We got the list, but first, before we do that, it's the dad joke. It's back. Got laughed off, got booed off the stage last time, so we're coming back with a vengeance. Why shouldn't you marry a tennis player?
Because it's always your fault.
Because love means nothing to them.
Dang. That was better than last week's, though.
Faults of your stars.
Let's go. You could have gone the racket route, probably, too. Here it is. The top 3 headlines.
Because you'll never be the ace.
Oh.
Yes.
I know tennis. I know ball.
You do know ball. You know Harry Ball. Furry Ball. No doubt about it. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, headlines from all this. We say all sports included, but this just basically has turned into football news because we miss football.
Football's back.
It's back. I'm sorry. It never left. Remember the 3 days where we didn't have football, and then it was like, oh, the combine's here. Okay, number 1. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead. So obviously I'm wearing my Niners hat. For those of you who can't see the screen, it says Deebo Samuel has been traded to the Washington Commanders. Who won the trade? Whoever wants to go first, go ahead. I got a whole I'm ready to go whenever you guys are done.
What do you mean to read? It says Deebo Samuel traded to Washington. Who won the trade? I'm going to do a little spin zone on you right here.
Go ahead.
Because I'm going to say the Niners won the trade.
Yes, damn it. That's not what I was expecting you to say.
And let me tell you why. Because in my opinion, my personal opinion, I don't know the guy, never met him, never done anything with him, but I think Deebo has become a cancer. He was great when he was the clear number 1, but once other options came up, he has underperformed. If you remember correctly, when he said something about wanting to be the number 1 and needed the ball, they threw it to him and he dropped it. Remember that crossing route that he should have scored a touchdown on?
I remember that.
He won't be the clear number 1 in Washington because they got Terry, they got Brian Robinson Jr., and they got a new star QB who just won Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. So I think he's still going to be a problem. If you look at what the Bills just did, they got rid of their guy that was a problem, and they went to the AFC Championship.
So you're saying NFC Championship?
Not a chance.
I'm saying football is the ultimate team sport. Deebo has made it about himself. Therefore, I think the Niners won the trade.
Do you know why he made it about himself, though? It's because he's a South Carolina Gamecock. And he's terrible.
Oh, he's going back to the beginning where it all started.
Yeah. What did they get for him, though? I have no idea about that.
5th rounder.
That's it? Wow.
5th rounder.
1 5th rounder.
Well, it was more about they were going to owe him like $18 million. Trust me, I have a slide that will explain all this.
Okay, so let's go back to BMO's comment earlier where
this one heard they were listening to offers on Ayuk.
Ayuk is didn't he just get paid like $120 million for 3 years or something like that?
Yep.
So they might be just listening, but I doubt they pull a trade with him, right? Wouldn't you say?
What? Oh yeah, they're gonna trade Ayuk. They're gonna trade him and draft Luther Burden out of Missouri. You watch it, book it.
I love this comment by Mimo. Hey, you got paid, Deebo got fat. Facts, but I think the Niners are about to set themselves back 5 to 10 years.
Oh my gosh! See, I knew you were guessing that jazz, dude.
Speak on it.
Because what they're trying to do is turn over their roster. And they're going to pay Purdy. Let me rephrase that. They're going to overpay Purdy, and they're not going to be able to bring guys in. And they've been shown that they don't draft well. They got lucky one time. They don't draft very well. I just think they're going to be in trouble once they overpay Purdy, and then get rid of their stars.
Plus, Purdy just got married, so you still got the 5-year jinx on him or 4-year jinx on him.
4 left. I mean,
CMC is
eventually
probably done.
They're not going to be able to pay Jennings either because they're going to overpay Purdy. They're going to have to get rid of Jennings.
Their offense is not the problem.
Then you got left. So you're left with Purdy, who's overpaid, without any weapons because Kittle is old.
Okay.
McCaffrey is hurt,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and your best wide receiver, with all due respect, and I do say with all due respect,
Mm-hmm. Now you can say whatever you want. We've established that. Mm-hmm.
has a gunshot hole in his chest.
He did get going early, though. He did get going late. I mean, he got going late.
Get going early.
If CMC gets hurt again this year, I don't wish it on anybody, but if he does, he's retired. So where are you?
You don't wish he gets hurt. You just wish they suck. So that
He got married too, Edge. CMC got married too.
Oh man, dude, just hang it up.
It's the double marriage. That might turn to 8 years.
Oh,
which, if you were listening, I just said the Niners were setting themselves back 5 to 10 years.
Yep, that's right.
If I had my big board, I might write it down, but I don't have it. So,
Are you done?
For now, until your slide comes up, and then we can hammer it back down.
Until you try to come at me.
I'm not going to try to do anything, right? The offense wasn't the problem. They were like this. They had like the second most total. They were like a top 5 offense yards and points. It was their defense that sucked. So let's just get that straight right away. So you don't know ball clearly because you don't know those stats. But I mean, stats only matter whenever it's Josh Allen and he has all the stats. You know, you're like Lamar Jackson me every time.
Well,
stats matter and then they don't matter. Make up your mind. So they either had one of the best offenses in the league or they didn't. So
I'm going to John Madden you and tell you that the goal of each game is to score more points than the other team.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to do when
if your offense is so good, then you should have scored more points than the other team. But your team's not the Bills, and the Bills, outscored every opponent they played by a lot of points.
You're right. You're right. They, greatest AFC divisional team that ever was.
Yeah.
Whatever. Good. Congratulations.
What? Remember December 1st, 2024? You remember that day?
What about it?
We sat here and watched the Bills run the score up on the Niners.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah. So I can say whatever I want. Then
you can say whatever you want, and then I can just refute it with facts. So whatever you want to do, dude. All right. So here's why they did it.
I can't see those.
It just says they're going to save $17.5 million, basically. This is from a 49ers reporter. And if they traded Brandon Ayuk, they wouldn't be paying for him to play somewhere else. They would still absorb 18.4 of Ayuk's prorated signing bonus, so they're not escaping that charge. So the trade would save the 49ers $110 million over the next 4 years, but with an increased cap charge of about $7.7 million. I'm not a capologist, okay? But basically what it says is they saved $17.5 million for trading Deebo. That's why they traded him for a 5th-round pick. Everybody's like, oh, that's a steal. And it's like, well, not really, because the 49ers had to give up some – the Commanders and the 49ers had to exchange something where it was like, okay, we'll give you Deebo, but we're not going to ask for like a 2nd-round pick because you're going to have to take his money too. Like you have to pay him. So that's number one. Number two, 5th-round pick. Guess who was drafted in the 5th round? I don't know. George Kittle. Ever heard of him?
Before Lynch got there.
Dre Greenlaw. Ever heard of him? Diamador Lenore. Ever heard of him?
No.
Talanoa Hufanga. All these guys are Pro Bowler, all pros. All of them in the 5th round.
I've heard of 2 of those guys.
In the 5th round. Now, you thought I stopped there? Wrong. Guess who else was drafted in the 5th round? Herschel Walker. Ever heard of him? Stephon Diggs. Tyreek Hill. Ben Coates. Look at all these legends drafted in the 5th round. So if you think a 5th-round pick is not valuable, you're wrong.
I never said it wasn't invaluable because I've told you before that the 4th and 5th round is where all the stars come out.
Well, Edge, he's talking about –
he's just trying to prove a point because he thinks that the Niners won the trade, and he's just going to go on this deep dive of meaningless bullshit just to try to prove his point.
Edge.
It's not meaningless.
Edge. He's talking about 100 years of pro football. And he
Yeah.
gave us a list of 8 players. Eight.
The one I just showed you was from the last 5 years
8.
or 8 years. There's only so many 5th round draft picks a year. What this really
There's
says
32. Actually, there's more than 32, I think,
this
because
really
people get what are they called? Contemporary? I don't know. You know, I can't say words.
What, compensatory?
Yes, that word.
You know, how many Super Bowls did the Niners win with Deebo?
0.
Nothing. None. 0. Didn't show up in the game ever. Same with IU. Nothing. You know why? Because they're 32nd in the NFL in separation. These receivers cannot beat man coverage. And then whenever they get beat, it's because people run man coverage against them. Can't run zone against Purdy. He will eat you alive. So they didn't win a Super Bowl with Deebo. They're 32nd in separation. Ayuk is freaking furious because he wanted to go to Washington. So are they trolling Ayuk by trading Deebo to Washington when they could have traded him, even though he played with Jaden Daniels for a year? Okay. Now the Niners have 11 picks in the draft, which they might be able to flip for something else. And finally, this tells you that it's Brock Purdy's team. 100% all in Brock Purdy. That they're going to pay this man, and he is now the focal point of the offense. Enough of the dump off to Deebo, and he gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. It's over. This means we need receivers that can fit Brock Purdy's skill set, which is chuck the ball down the field, period. That's what he does best. He leads the league in air yards per target.
What happens if Deebo goes to the Commanders and it's like Saquon Barkley going to the Eagles and he just rolls everyone?
I'm not worried about that because the Commanders' defense sucks.
He didn't answer my question.
He'll have a good year. I'm not saying he's not going to be good.
Outscore people.
Did I say he was washed at all? I said, no, I didn't say that. He's going to be – Terry McLaurin's going to take the top off the defense for them, and it'll make Deebo much more effective. There are two things can be true, dude.
Problem with Deebo is his style of play. He's getting too much wear and tear. I mean, he was injured half the year.
Well,
yeah, maybe it's the Niners line that's terrible.
Maybe it's the Niners strength and conditioning program.
Oh, yeah.
Do you really want to go back to the report cards?
They're one of the
where the Bills were like 28th?
That was not how good they are. That was if they're liked. That was if they are liked or not.
Okay.
They can be buddy.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right, what's the other sad stats you got? Here we go.
That's it. That was it. That's all I had.
That's all you went on a deep dive and tried to defend Deebo, and all you pulled up was this. Like, I was expecting to be wild and excited that you were gonna get something. And
yeah, he wanted me to buy into the Niners being back, and he told me that it was Deebo's or it was Purdy's team. That's not buying me in.
Why?
Because he went 5-12 this year.
Brock's going to play another 2 years, and he's going to be out. He's already got his deal with John Deere. He's ready to go back and start farming again. He's about to get married.
You're about to see him at Cabela's trying to sell you something when you walk in.
No, he's going to be farming, dude. He got a fat contract with John Deere. Next, it'll be Chevrolet.
No, he's a Toyota guy.
You'll see him. What?
Yeah, didn't he got his whole offensive lineman crew?
Yeah, that's just for contract purposes, though. I'm talking about when he goes. Toyotas can go up there, and where is he at? Iowa, up there in the snow. That ain't happening.
No, he lives in Arizona. He don't live in Iowa.
He goes and farms with his girlfriend in Iowa, or I guess his wife now.
That's what I'm saying. They
his wife's the farmer, not him.
Who wears pants?
So
his wife drives the truck.
He's an American, dude. He's an American.
He's going to do it another 2 years, and they're going to be growing goats, and you're going to see him on a Lay's chip bag. Says, we raise these taters in Idaho.
They'll be picking peanuts at Edge's farm.
No, not
boiled peanuts, dude. Boiled peanuts. No, I don't know. I don't. The Commanders.
Demo with a great question.
What
is Purdy the NFL's version of Bronny James? I don't know who Purdy's dad is.
Who's his dad? Did we already do this deep dive?
Great question. He shoots layups like Angel Reese.
Angel Reese. Oh my gosh. So no, the whole Deebo thing. Everybody's like, oh, the Commanders are Super Bowl favorites. It's like their defense still sucks, and is he that big? I mean, everybody was dumping on him at the end of the year. He's washed. He's stink. Let's not forget he's still doing a podcast. He's still, I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm not that worried about it. I'm kind of glad that's over because it was getting to the point where it was like every offseason it's him or Ayuk who's going to complain.
That's how
Done.
I felt about Diggs.
Just every offseason, man. That's receivers get that way, man. Eventually they get, and the reason they get that way is because they know they're losing it.
Yeah, they can feel it.
They have to start making noise. So,
and in practice, the DBs in practice aren't letting them get off. Like they're running their mouth too. So it's not.
Yeah,
they don't get a break from it.
Mm.
A new team doesn't fix that.
Yep. Number 2, the Rams and Matthew Stafford have reached an agreement today on a restructured deal. This was a couple days ago that keeps him in Los Angeles and squashes any and all trade speculation. The first significant offseason domino has fallen, according to Adam Schefter. And basically, this was just to get him more guaranteed money because he only had $4 million guaranteed in 2024, and his cap hit was going to be like $49 million this year. So he turned down multi-year contracts for $100 million from the Giants and the Raiders. So
Smart.
in your face, Tom Brady, already
Smart.
losing. Yeah, dude. Why would he? I mean,
why would you want to start over at his age?
No, absolutely. I mean, the Rams have one of the best young defenses in football. So the question is, what does this mean for Aaron Rodgers' legacy? That's the real question.
Is he the Giants? Is he going Giants?
Apparently, I've heard, but he's already started that Devontae Adams has to go with it.
Already.
Yes.
The Jets said they were open to trading him.
Can't even get him in.
$30 million cap hit.
I'll give Aaron Rodgers that. He goes to bat for it. If he likes you, he will literally take you everywhere. That's why Pat McAfee likes him so much.
Mm-hmm.
Pat McAfee's like, I'll just put all my guys on the sideline here and we'll just do a sports show and then we'll just block people who are trying to be funnier than us. Sure. My parents were up in Boone and sent a picture of the college game day thing of McAfee.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need to rip that off the wall. Get that guy out of here. Let's go draw a mustache.
The shirt was sweet that he had.
Yes, it was. But that was not his idea.
No, it wasn't. Our equipment trainers gave it to him.
Yeah, that was the App State guys. But he probably stole it and made his own, whatever. Any thoughts on Stafford signing? I mean, Edge, J-Vi?
I'm surprised he did.
Really?
Yeah, man. Hang it up, dude.
Oh, you're thinking he was going to be done?
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that his whole identity is football. He's not going to be able to hang it up.
He's made like $400 million. Like by the end of this contract, he's going to have made like $300 or $400 million.
To me, he's going to he's
just in football, not even counting anything.
He's like Jay Cutler. Like once Jay Cutler was done, like Jay Cutler's wife was just all in the media for her podcast and doing whatever. I feel like, and that went downhill fast. Not saying that Stafford and his wife are going to get divorced or anything, but like his wife does a podcast now.
Jeez.
And he just tries to stay out of the media. And I feel like he's going to have to be in it. So he might as well just play football. So he doesn't have to be involved in all the other drama crap.
I don't know, man. Like he's the best quarterback at it probably in history of. Is he the next Eli Manning?
He's better than Eli.
I don't know, but he's going to get up there with a Super Bowl win, and yeah, I mean he has he has way more passing yards than Eli Manning. I know that, but I
want to say he's done more with less, but he had Calvin Johnson for like 8 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
you go up to Detroit, and as soon as he leaves, they start becoming a powerhouse organization, right? I mean, you could say that he helped elevate the Rams, but the Rams already been to a Super Bowl. So it's like he's like this quarterback to me, and I always get in trouble because I'm at Stafford. I like Stafford the guy. I don't like Stafford the quarterback. I always say that, but
That's because he's played for teams that go against your team.
no, the Lions, they lose or he leaves. They start winning, they start making trips to the playoffs. He gets to the Rams where Jared Goff
He
took him
made
to
the playoff. He made the playoffs with the Lions. He just
like,
never
how is
won.
Jared Goff any different than Matthew Stafford? How? Other than the Super Bowl.
Matt Stafford's won a Super Bowl.
Oh, great, dude. Okay. Great. That's it.
Jared Goff has lost 2 Super Bowls.
So that one win, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah. According to Hall of Fame voters.
Yeah, if you decide to get ejected or not.
Jim Kelly, is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Why? He didn't win a Super Bowl.
He went to 4, though.
Oh, okay. So it matters for Jim Kelly, not for Jared Goff, though. Got you. Got it. Makes sense.
Jared Goff has not been to 4 Super Bowls. He been
could.
to 1.
He could if he hadn't run into Brock Purdy.
That was not Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
What? Dude, oh, no. No. That wasn't Brock Purdy?
It was the refs. Not seeing
It was Dan Campbell being an idiot.
Seeing the guy tell the ref that he was eligible receiver. The refs completely blowing the game for the away team, giving the hometown discount, giving the hometown credit to the Niners. He ran into the refs, dude.
The same refs
that Josh Allen ran into against the Chiefs.
Stop it. Okay. Matt Stafford. Great job. Sleep number. Actually, I'm mad at sleep number because my bed broke and it's just flat.
Whoa. The kids show.
No, the air bladder is not holding the air, so it feels like a water bed.
You got to call them and get a new motor.
That thing should have a bat signal for how much we paid for it. That if anything's wrong with it, it shoots a sleep number logo to the sky, and a helicopter flies a sleep number agent down to my house and fixes it.
Yep, I agree.
Like as much as those things freaking.
I pump that joker up once a week and then cap it just so it don't leak it.
No cap.
No cap.
I want Baymax, Big Hero 6 down here at my house. Inflate that sucker up. Get me one of those. Oh, I don't even know why I put this in there. The cap went up again.
So y'all are sleeping on air mattresses.
Basically. Dude, I'm telling you, it'll change your life. We got the cooling sheets.
I got a real bed.
Buddy.
We didn't do all that. I can tell you that. We got the cheapest one.
Dude, I tell you what, I can't stand my wife. She at Christmas time or during the winter, she gets those flannel sheets.
Absolutely not.
Dude, I can't tell you how much I sweat those things. I'm like, you gotta do half flannel, half not flannel. I wish you could get those sheets.
That's the reason we got the sleep number, though, is because, wifey likes sleeping on a freaking 2x4. And, if I do that, I'm waking up, walking with a limp for the next 2 weeks because I can't get out of bed.
That should be good for your hamstrings, though.
Damn.
The cap went up 20-some million, so it's almost 300 million. And it's been going steadily up 20 to 30 million. So everybody's like, Taylor Swift. No. It's not.
TV deal.
It's the
TV deal.
I know. I mean, I'm not arguing. Look at that's crazy, dude. That is so crazy how much it's gone up.
Well, what set a lot of teams back, especially the Bills, is 2020. I don't think it went up at all, right? Or it went down.
It went down, and from 2020 to 2021, it went down like 60 million.
So that screwed a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Because they were anticipating it continuing to go up.
They Griswolded him.
And then it went down, and it screwed a lot of teams.
They Griswolded him.